tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. And the Canes will kick off first, and here we go. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Follows his blocks. It's Hawkins. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. On the move. Good, strong tackle.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Finds his target. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Needs it here on 4th down. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a crease to the left. They were all over it.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. How about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. And here comes Darian Mensah. What a game he had last time out. 3 touchdowns, better than 200 yards, leading his team to victory. The run inside. It's Fletcher. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. And the Hurricanes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finds his man. It's Lofton. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Mensah. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense. To the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play, and gets the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the right. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Fires quickly. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Wants to keep it in the air. Caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The give on the counter. Defense all over him.
And this is what you absolutely love about rivalry games. There's so much chippiness and just so much hatred between players and fans and coaches, everybody associated with it. David, you can tell the defense, they didn't forget about what happened last year and taking that L. They are playing lights out here early in this game, and they're letting the opponent know it.
And I'm here for all the pettiness. I'm here for all of the rivalry things that come with it, man. The pushing, the shoving, the running your mouth. Like, that's what rivalries are about. This defense doesn't care if they're the underdog. They don't care if they lost last year. They think they can win. It's done nothing but forge them, tick them off, and you can tell they are ready to rock and roll.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Hokies offense to start this possession. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to the ground game on the left. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, going to throw it. Holds on, it's Denmark. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Caught. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. The give on 4th. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. It's complete to the left.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Back to pass on second down. Rush is on, and it's a sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Caught in the backfield, it's Green. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the D.
Second down to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Keith. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Look out! And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights, and they'll push that lead out a little further.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On play action. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Throwing, Mensah. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Trying to take it back. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Wide receiver comes in motion. And back to the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Denmark. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Just keeps slinging it. Swats it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Stepping to the right. Unleashes one. Gets rid of it.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action on 1st down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Looking for room. It's Fletcher. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Blasted as he lets it go. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. The Canes will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Making his first move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wants to pass. Rolls right. Just got rid of that one.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Overton. Turning it on! Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Heath. Across the 25, he's got room. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Makes the grab. He'll be stopped just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. 4th down coming. Let's see if they go for it here. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Hands it off on the counter. Driven back.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Complete in the middle. Runs through a man. He might have space. At the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone. And that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll try to do it himself. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. And the Hokies want to move quickly.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. And he gets it away.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Out wide right, it's Hawkins. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And that is no good. Missed a chance to stretch this lead. It's still sitting on 9.
Oh, and that ball just inches away from being in every highlight around the country. That was an absolute bomb. Just couldn't quite get it far enough.
Caught. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. just enough time for one final play of the half. Here's Mensah to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy.
Snags it, and there's running room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. After the whistle, it's 1st and 5 for this offense. Running inside, it's Fletcher. Got enough for the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Snags it over the middle. Right down the gut of the field. Into the house. Touchdown, Canes.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Breaks the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Snagged in the middle. It's Denmark. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Drops back on 1st down. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Wants to throw again. Right side, it's Overton. Breaks into the open. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Hokies will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Hokies!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Mensah turns it loose deep. He's got it inside the 30. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
That didn't take long. I mean, they started off this drive with great field position, and that's critical for this football team because of the players they have offensively. If you can get them the ball back at that area of the field, it takes one play, like what you just saw, and all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door now in the red zone looking for 6.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him.
Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Takes the handoff, it's Hawkins. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we got to get more physical and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
They'll ride the hot hand. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And the Hokies come to the line in the hurry-up. Fresh set of downs going up top. Escapes the pressure going right. Turns it upfield. Open space at the 25. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down. The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, it's Overton. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. They want to throw it. Out wide right, it's Heath. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The snap sets up to throw. Rush right in his face. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Great place to start for this offense. He'll try the left side. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Hokies! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Pulled and fired complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Throwing, Mensah. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Makes the grab on the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Quick give. It's Fletcher. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Rides to the back. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run all.
Going over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Mensah to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Caught! And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Tough run here. It's Fletcher. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. He gets it in! Touchdown, Hurricane! Here comes the 2-point try. Here's Brown. He's brought down, and that one never had a chance, and the two-point conversion attempt fails. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. So Miami signals for a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Green. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 3rd and long right here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and, of course, the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Field goal is good, and now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Offense getting set for first down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Out wide left, it's Jacobs. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
They're all over him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play.
And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And, man, this is such a low percentage play.